In the pages of the Bible, there's a story as old as time itself. It's a story of immense power, about a great flood that covered the entire earth. It's the story of Noah's Ark. This tale isn't just about a big boat and lots of animals. It teaches us about faith, courage, and God's promise to always care for us. The story of Noah's Ark is a reminder that even when times are dark, there is always hope. It teaches us that God is always with us, even in the midst of our struggles. It reminds us to listen to God's voice and trust in His plan. This story has been told and retold for generations. It continues to inspire and teach us important lessons about life. Let's dive into the story of Noah, the Ark, and the Great Flood. Long ago, the world was a very different place. People had turned away from God and forgotten His teachings. Their hearts were filled with wickedness, and their actions were no longer good. God saw the darkness in the world and was saddened. He decided to send a great flood to cleanse the earth and give humanity a fresh start. But amidst the darkness, there was one shining light, a righteous man named Noah. Noah was a good man who loved God and always tried to do what was right. He listened to God's voice and obeyed His commands. Because of Noah's unwavering faith and obedience, God chose him for a very important task. God gave Noah specific instructions to build a giant ark. This ark wasn't like any other boat. It was to be a safe haven for Noah, his family, and a pair of every animal on earth. Imagine Noah carefully selecting the strongest wood, measuring each plank, and hammering it all together. His sons helped him. The ark had to be big enough to hold all the animals, from tiny ants to enormous elephants. God wanted to save the animals too, so they could repopulate the earth after the flood. Noah gathered pairs of every kind of animal, lions and lambs, giraffes and gorillas, birds of every feather. He brought them onto the ark, where they would be safe from the coming storm. Section 4, 40 Days and 40 Nights, the Deluge. When everything was ready, Noah, his family, and all the animals were safely inside the ark. It was time. The sky turned dark and rain began to fall. It wasn't just a drizzle, it was a downpour like nothing the world had ever seen. The rain fell for 40 days and 40 nights without stopping. The water rose higher and higher, covering the mountains and the tallest trees. Soon, the entire earth was submerged. Inside the ark, it would have been noisy with the sounds of so many animals. But Noah and his family were safe and dry. They had faith that God would protect them. Section 5. A Promise in the Sky, Hope After the Storm. After many long days and nights, the rain finally stopped. Slowly, the waters began to recede. The ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Noah sent out a dove to see if the land was dry. The dove returned with an olive branch in its beak, a sign that new life was blooming once more. Noah knew that God had kept His promise. He and his family stepped out onto dry land, grateful to be alive and to begin again. God made a beautiful promise to Noah. He said He would never again flood the entire earth. As a sign of this promise, God placed a magnificent rainbow in the sky. Whenever we see a rainbow, it reminds us of God's promise of hope and new beginnings. Section 6. Moral Lessons. The story of Noah and the Ark teaches us many important lessons. We learn about the importance of obedience. Noah listened to God and did exactly as he was told, even when it seemed like a difficult task. Faith. Noah trusted in God's plan, even though he had never seen a flood before. God's mercy. Even though the world was filled with wickedness, God spared Noah and his family. He gave them a chance to start over. The story of Noah and the Ark is a story of hope. It reminds us that no matter what challenges we face in life, God is always with us. He will guide us through the storms and lead us to a place of peace and safety.